Bye bye, Momo. Hi, baby. See you later. Yeah. At my parents' shop, bright and early. I haven't filmed anything, but I plan to straight X swap my Tacoma before the beginning of next year. I bought another truck, already parted it out. I didn't really think it through. I thought I was gonna use the axles off of the truck, and I realized that this passenger drop, this isn't, I want driver drop for my Tacoma. So I bought this axle, which for some reason, it's a 78 Ford Bronco Dana 44. Someone lopped the ends of it off and put like an earlier Dana 44 closed knuckle on it. So I'm gonna cut those back off. Take this Dana 44's knuckles, as you can see I already started cutting all this gusseting off. Lop these off, take those, and put them on that axle. And that's what we're doing today, but it's a lot of work. Gotta make sure I get it all straight, and I'm gonna sleeve it as well. It's just gonna be a lot of prep work today and grinding, so not very interesting, but definitely should start filming because I literally went out and bought a whole parts truck and didn't film any of the scrap. We're gonna start on this axle because I'm just gonna cut some excess tube off. It doesn't matter how accurate or straight it is. Okay, so after beating the heck out of my poor battery powered Milwaukee angle grinder, I made it through. Got a knuckle off. I didn't realize these are 1/2-inch tubes. That's thick stuff. So I actually have no idea how I'm planning on attaching this to my other axle. I think you can see. Current progress. I used my bandsaw. I felt around there, I felt like it sleeved up to like right here. So I cut on this side of the weld, because I'm presuming this is the original axle end. And I cut it with the bandsaw. Honestly just guessed what felt right. And dude, I didn't even cut that little inner sleeve, it looks like. But it already started pulling. I'm out of breath because I've been hammering the hell out of this, but I thought I set up the camera because I think it's about to pop. Another couple minutes of hammering. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere, that's for sure. I set up the camera thinking I had to get like 10 hard swings in it, and it was literally just hanging in there, as you've seen. So in this first clip, you'll see that I had no tail support, so the piece was just moving around way too much. In the second clip, I ended up actually, you'll see right here, I cut it shorter, and then I put a piece in the end of it so I could have a live center in the end, and the cut was just way better once I was able to have a live center in the end of it. It was good finish. Glad I was able to get this part turned. It was a little sketchy, but it was good to get it done. Alright, we got the axle back from the diff shop with 488 gears. Right now, I'm just buttoning up the Miata enough to get it to move out of this spot, and then it's going to be put under cover in the front, and then the Tacoma will go back here, get put on jack stands, and we'll start cutting all the stock stuff off. So I think I should jump in here real quick and explain that off camera, I went ahead and put the knuckles in, set the caster, and welded them in. I was too stressed to do it on camera. Tacoma's in the backyard, about to put it up on jack stands I borrowed from my boss. And while I was at my house, the trail gear kit came in for the shred swap. Kit A, just basically all the basics I need: leaf springs, shackle mounts, shocks, a bunch of little goodies. It'll help speed up the process a ton by not having to make all this stuff. That's what we're just trying to do here. We're trying to do it on a budget and 3 months on this shred swap. And I know 3 months sounds like a lot of time, but when you get into a build this complex, you run out of time quick, and you'd be surprised. It's always the last final steps that you have to do, you know, like after the axle's in, just like brake lines, just little things, power steering hoses, all that kind of stuff. Money and time very quickly adds up. Today we're gonna focus on unbolting all the stock stuff and hopefully even getting to the point of cutting out these cross members here. And once we get those cut out, then we'll be free. I got the oil pan on order. It should be here before next weekend. And then if we get to the point I want to get to today, next weekend we'll put the rear sump oil pan in, and I'll order the lower profile radiator as well. And then we'll start doing all the cool welding and fabricating. But yeah, I'm just gonna get this up on jack stands real quick. Alright, nothing too interesting. Just pulled off tires, and then on that side I pulled out the coilover, and that was it. Right now I'm just about to drain the diff, and then hopefully pull axles and control arms all out in one go, just as like one assembly, and then after those are out diff and then power steering, and then we're done. Then we start cutting. So we're just cleaning up the mating surface for the new oil pan, switching from front sump to rear sump. That way it can clear the axle. So we just gotta get it all cleaned up, put a new pickup tube in, throw the oil pan back on. That's it. This is our new oil pan. This is the rear sump. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look at this one, it dips down here, and that's the front of the oil pan, and then this one goes down in the back, and the axle will go right here. Along with that, we got the new pickup tube, and this just makes it to where it picks up in the back instead of the front, because obviously the old pickup tube wouldn't work in here. And then after that, got to cut the dipstick shorter so it fits in there. I mean, I'll have like a little less room to read the dipstick, but that's fine. And then after that, the oil pan part will be done, and we just move back to fabrication.
Alright, so ChatGPT said 100 foot-pounds and a couple hammer swings.
So time consuming. bolts. This is my daily. Other than my BMX bike.
Your daily doesn't run or drive. It has no front suspension, no front bumper, no wheels.
BMX bike is the daily then, I guess. It would qualify as it since I ride it to work every day. Oh my god. But I cut the dipstick about a 1/4 inch away from the hole. Trail gear said I had to cut it an 1/8 inch away from the hole, but when I stuck it in and measured how far it poked out, it ended up only needing to cut a 1/4 inch away from the full line. And it goes all the way down now. We're still waiting to torque the oil pan. But once we torque the oil pan, I'll do one final check and verify that. It kind of sucks that I'm gonna see if I can get this some better lighting. Yeah, I really got a 1/4 inch to read my oil on now, and that's it. But hopefully I don't have to cut any more off, because that's even less to read.
Nice.
It snapped.
Oh, it snapped?
Yeah. It is another early morning working on the Tacoma. The other night, me and my buddy Luis, we got the rear sump oil pan put in, and today we are starting on the most exciting part, I would say, is the rear shackle mounts, which are Frenched into the frame, which means this whole section of the frame right here will get cut out, and then the shackle mounts will actually, it's like a bucket, it'll go inside of the frame, and that's where my shackles will come from. And then as soon as the front shackle mounts are welded on and the back ones are, that means leaf springs can go on, and that means we can finally see what the axle will look like under this truck as well. Also, the night we did the oil pan, yeah, I snapped this stud, so we got to extract this probably today. I just want to get it done. And then the threads look pretty done for, so I think I'll just throw a through nut with a bolt with a nut on top of it instead of a stud. I'll call it good. Apparently these are like anti-tamper nuts or whatever, and they break all the time, so we ain't even dealing with it. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and plasma cut this body mount out. That way we can put lovely trail gear frame jigs on and start hacking away at my frame, aka totaling the truck. I think the truck's already totaled at this point for the second time, but it's fine. Oh, it's still hanging on a good amount. Never mind.
Oh, you good, bro?
I'm on fire, I think.
You on fire? No way you're on fire, bro.
That was a big old piece that dropped. I knew it was gonna drop too. Oh my god.
Bro, you good? God damn. Alright, so we changing jackets now?
No more of that. That hurt.
Oh,
I hate slag.
Yeah, damn.
Like, it kept, at first I felt it like, I felt it drop, so I thought I would try and shake it before it like got in. It got in, bro.
My boy said he's on fire. Oh hell no.
Thought I was, bro. Well, it kind of was. I was smoking.
No.
Midway.
We're probably trying to fit the wrong side in this whole time.
Right. So after a good hour of trying to get that shackle to fit into the frame, I realized I was putting the wrong side on the, so I was putting the driver's side shackle on the passenger side frame, like complete idiot. So luckily I didn't cut like too big, like it'll still fit the other shackle. I just wasted time. So now we have to backtrack a little, get the new shackle in the right side, and then cut the driver's side and get the driver's side in, and hopefully by the end of the day, while both shackles fully welded in, along with the 2 reinforcement plates per side to go in. That's all I want to get done today. It's probably about 4 hours later since I last filmed anything. I was super stressed about getting the shackles in place because that's kind of where everything's based off of, you know, other than the front bar being straight, those shackles being in the correct location kind of determines how well this whole job goes. If I got those shackles off by, you know, 1/4 of an inch, it could throw my whole suspension geometry off. So I spent a long time stressing and getting them in the right location, but off camera, I don't know if it's gonna focus. Where's my light? Oh, the camera's gonna die. That's also why I haven't been filming much. We got them in. Don't even worry about that. That'll be covered by a plate. I got a plate that's kind of like a fish plate or whatever it's called that goes along the whole bottom. We got the top supports welded in. This side's fit is a lot better. Yeah, so those are welded in. It's a huge relief. I just got to weld, boom, boom, that bottom area, and then there's a plate that goes along the whole bottom section as well. And then the leaf spring mounts are done for the rear. Then we just get to do the front mounts, and that's about it. So yeah, we'll go ahead and just weld these plates off camera. Honestly, I don't have enough battery to film anything, but yeah, it's been a fun progress.